We've got a Sprinters series at Mandurah. Two big names step up to the 600 metre journey, and will Panama Pepper bring the heat in the Sunshine State? Hello, my name is James Broadhurst and welcome to the Wednesday Preview. Let's start with the heats of the Great Western down at Mandurah on Friday night. We've got three heats down there, and I thought the second one was worth a look at. Awesome Assassin is undoubtedly the favourite from box one here. I'll get to him in a moment though, because there are some handy dogs across the field. Chris House has a pair of last start winners. Might add Augie held on for an overdue victory last week, and West on Cobra has now won his past two. In fact, he's won 4 of his past 6. He's divided his time between Cannington and Mandurah, but I think he does go a little bit better at Mandurah. Garnett's Gem is having his first start at Mandurah, so that adds a little bit of intrigue here maybe. He looks a decent young chaser and he can begin on his night. I think he's right in the mix here. Awesome Assassin though is hard to go past. He's had a week off to freshen up for this series, but before that he ripped out a hat trick. This is him 2 runs back from box 3, launching sweetly and then going on to salute by a comfortable margin in a PB of 27.57. He had a quick run over the 490 last week, and this is a dog I don't think has hit his peak just yet, so more to come from Awesome Assassin. At Cannington on Saturday night, Momentum steps up to the 600 metre journey in Heat 1 of the Paradise Street Trophy. Momentum, of course, had a gutsy win in the Winter Cup last Saturday night, where he powered over the top of Rip and Tomahawk to secure the silverware. He's such a good finisher, and the increase in distance has been on the agenda for some time. I suspect he'll handle the rise well. Momentum is an established star, but another greyhound making his 600 metre debut in this series is rising star Throttle. Throttle goes around in the second heat, where he will jump from the pole. He's probably one of the most exciting prospects in WA greyhound racing at the moment. Fair to say blistering starts aren't his strong suit, but he's such a smart dog and he's got a serious motor. Throttle concedes experience to his rivals in this race, but I think he'll enjoy the extra runway. So what does Dave Robartson, who trains Throttle with his wife Christine Robartson, think about the greyhound?
Well, he's jumping over his skin. He hasn't missed a beat, really, since we started with him. He's doing everything right and he's keen to race. He's probably one of the best chasers I've ever had as far as keenness goes and wanting to win. So, yeah, I'm hoping for a nice, clean run and carry on from there.
He just looks very impressive for a young dog, doesn't he? A lot of track smarts and finding his way through fields, plus that big finish on him.
Yeah, he's got all the ammo there. It's just, he seems to... The more he's racing, he's getting better at his skills. He's been able to dodge in and out of them, and getting around that first turn's always a heart and a mouth job. So it's just good to see that he is using his ability.
And obviously not that quick out, so the extra distance I think will help him on Saturday. Is that what you're thinking?
I'm hoping so, yes. As I said, he's only, he had 11 starts or something, and I think he's 19 months old, or he's 2 in October, so he's still fairly young as far as racing goes, but he's in age goes, but he's probably 2.5-year-old as far as talent goes, or as far as ability goes.
We've been following the journey of Panama Pepper from day one, and another chapter in his remarkable story will be written on Thursday night when the Steve Withers trained chaser goes around in the Group 2 Flying Amy at Albion Park in Brisbane. Panama Pepper comes into the race as the fastest qualifier. This is him in box 2 during his heat last week. He gets off to a typically moderate start, but look at him along the rail. He gets to work, pushes up, and by the time they are in the back straight, he's in the lead, and at that point he says goodbye. He storms away to leave his opposition in the dust and rolls on to score by 6 lengths in a best on night 29.65. It was a fantastic win from Panama Pepper, and he's been in sparkling form over the past few months, but he has overcome some obstacles to get here. You may remember his well-documented problems with hypoxia, which became apparent following his victory in the Autumn Maiden Classic at Cannington last year. That's prevented him from running over the 5:20 at Cannington, although he had no problems racing over the same distance at Albion Park last week. It's a case of...
Things that make you go.
Well, I caught up with my former colleague Leia Ernest, who, as everybody knows, is a part owner of Panama Pepper, to find out what's going on here. We're in the Tab Radio studios, and joining me is Leia Ernest. Leia, good to see you.
Good to see you, James. It's been a while.
It has been a while. Hey, listen, let's talk about Panama Pepper. Why not? What a fantastic run that was in the heats of the Flying Amy last week, and goes into this final. What's he going to do from box 7?
Honestly, who knows? He's drawn out wide. He has only had the first start from box 7, the one start, and didn't even place, so we'll see how he goes. He does all right from box 8, so I don't necessarily think it's the box. It'll just be the early speed in the race towards the inside. Pepper loves the rails, so if he can get a nice, clean and quick start, I think he has a really good chance.
All right, good stuff. Riddle me this, Batman. How come he can't run over the 5:20 at Cannington, 5:20 at Albion Park? He looks like an absolute star. What's going on there?
Well, I think it's a mental thing. As Steve Withers mentioned on Greyhound Gossip, he said that he thinks that when Pepper ran in the maiden final, he had a few bumps and he was just a young pup then, so he might have been a bit scarred. We'll try to go take him around at Cannington again for a few times and see how he goes.
Just mentioning quickly that the maiden series final from September, I think it was last year, where he collapsed over the line. Did you think that you would be in this position, looking back all those months ago?
No, I actually didn't know if earlier on, we didn't even know if he'd be able to race around Mandurah. So for him to be able to go around there, we were just grateful, and we thought, he's just a Mandurah dog from now on. He probably will never race elsewhere. But then we've taken him over to Murray Bridge. He trialled there fine. He raced there in the heats fine. And now he is racing really well at Albion Park. So
been a great ride for a first-time owner, right?
I really cannot ask for more. I feel like I'm a Jodie Harders in this situation, and I'm hoping it's, first dog like Tommy Shelby. I'm hoping it's Jodie again, but with me and with Panama Pepper. So fingers crossed.
Yes, it's here again, the always popular Christmas in July. This is happening at both our Cannington and Mandurah venues with a Christmas buffet. Time to get festive in the middle of the year, but book early because places go quickly. We are racing tonight at Cannington with a monster 13 race card. I'm super interested to see Manzu go around in race 6 to see whether he can rebound after being bundled out of the Winter Cup heats. He's a super talent, wouldn't be backing against him. But my best bet comes in race 8, number 4, West on Sadie. Now, West on Sadie returns after a small break. She had a little bit of a niggling injury she had to take care of. We last saw her go around in the final of the WA Oaks, and she was in super form leading up to this break that she's had. So if she's 100%, I'm sure she'll be featuring in the finish tonight. That's race 8, number 4, West on Sadie. That's pretty much all we've got for you on the show this week. Before I go, I'd like to wish all the best to outgoing Greyhounds WA Chairman Richard Humphreys. Thank you, Richard, for your contributions over the past few years. Hope to see you at the track, and we'll catch you next time on the preview. Last question. Mm-hmm. When are you coming back to work for Greyhounds WA?
Is this live? Can we edit that out?
Well, so so you're happy to work here, but you don't want to work with me.
It's not personal, James. It's not personal.
No, that's cool. All right.
So
a little bit awkward, isn't it? Yeah, I think maybe you'd better go now.
Nice seeing you, James.
Yeah, likewise.
Nice seeing you.
That's a wrap.